Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. In this video, we will be looking into some of the study techniques that are a complete waste of time. They are not only useless in terms of how we are studying and putting up our material, but also a complete waste of time as far as the actual preparation for the exam or the test. And to understand what are these mistakes, we have to understand the cognitive biology and the neuroscience of study. We need to go into the details of how the brain processes the information and how we ultimately make sense of that information to come up with whatever we have learned. In our school or in our college, we are told to learn and to study, but we are never taught as to how to study. And this is what leads us to choosing practices that are least effective for study, least effective for memorization, and least effective in terms of the performance. We end up gravitating towards these techniques and at the end of the day, wasting our time. So let us try and understand what are the most effective techniques and also the worst techniques that are possible as far as study is concerned. But to understand that, we have to understand the two-step process in which the brain processes the information. They are very simple steps: the input and the output. Input is all the information collected and getting into your brain, but actual learning is about step number 2. You may put up n number of stuff into your brain, but if you are unable to retrieve that information, you will not be coming up with sustainable knowledge. So step number 2 or output is all about retrieving that information. So one has to understand, to study effectively, you need to master both these steps. Step 1, the way in which you put the information, and most importantly, step 2, that is the way in which you will be retrieving this information. Let us go on to see some of the studies that were done and their conclusions as to what were the most effective study techniques, the most effective way, and the commoner ways which the students used, and what were the worst study habits to have. So in one of the studies, Dr. Jeffrey Karpik, he is the professor of cognitive psychology. He designed a study, and in the college students, he asked students to answer 2 questions. Question number 1, list all the study techniques that the students might be using: reading, highlighting the information, underlining the information, active recall methods, the different mnemonics that you use. All these methods were the different methods that the students enlisted. Apart from this, he asked them to list the information about those methods that they most commonly used. And what was found in a study was the most common method that the students use was rereading. One of the commonest methods, but one of the worst methods as far as the study technique is concerned. Reading a material over and over and over and over again is not the most effective study method. This is what we know and learn about in our colleges and in our universities. Keep on reading and keep on rereading. In one of the studies done by Dunlosky et al., he researched for 100 days on the best and the worst study techniques. They looked at 10 different strategies of study and ultimately found out that the active recall and spaced repetition are the best amongst all that were present. And according to this study, the worst study methods highlighted were rereading and highlighting. And here is why these methods are the most ineffective, whether it be rereading, whether it be highlighting, whether it be underlining. All of these methods basically concentrate on only one aspect of learning, that is putting the information into your brain. That is step number 1. And when you keep on rereading, keep on highlighting, keep on underlining and re-underlining the information, how nicely do you underline yourself, how nicely you basically use the color combination and how aesthetic your notes look. But the more effort you put in, you are only putting in efforts for step number 1, that is inputting the information, and literally using nothing as far as step number 2 or retrieving that information out. And as a result of that, you are ultimately not gaining much from the lot of hard work that you are putting in. And that is just because of a simple fact is you haven't understood it completely, how information is learned by the brain. And ultimately what happens with the students is that they go on to step 2, that is retrieving the information either just before their exams or for the exam preparation. So if you are not going to test your information that you have learned in the ways that are similar to the way in which you will be tested for that information, ultimately in your exams or your test, you are not going to get much out of study that you are doing. So you may enjoy the highlighting, your beautiful handwriting, your excellently marked notes, your excellently highlighted notes. You can even post them aesthetically on Instagram and get some likes, but this is not going to get you the memory that you want or the exam preparation that you are ultimately desiring of. So we need to understand that we can't get carried away with this phenomena. We have to understand the process of learning, reprogram and program ourselves to the process of step number one, that is inputting the information into our brain. But the most important part, that is something which gives us a lot of pain, lot of discomfort and lot of coming out from our comfort zone, that is retrieving that information. And how do you do it? You do it by active recall and spaced repetitions. Active recalls, you can set up questions for that. You can solve the multiple choice questions or the objective type questions or the MCQs, or you can even discuss whatever you have studies amongst your friends. If you do this step 2, the information will consolidate and ultimately will come out when you most require it, and will transform from a short-term memory into a long-term memory. So these are some of the tips that you can use for study. Hope that this video has helped you. Hope to see you soon with more such videos and content. So if you like our content, press the notification bell icon so that you are notified whenever we come up with a new video. So till then, thank you very much.